Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Behind the Curtain with the Granite Theater. Today we are talking to, obviously, Nicole DiMattei, as always, and the creative team. What are we saying here? The
part of the creative
part of the creative team,
a loose collection of people,
playwright,
just kind of found around.
composer. What do you guys do? What are you guys doing this year? Harvey, did you write the script again?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, good, because otherwise I would not go see it.
Wow,
I would not.
That is fan loyalty.
Wow, that is
I would
some
not.
loyalty. That's
Listen,
impressive.
I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here for you.
In February, I got the call and started writing, and here we are.
Almost a year later.
Almost 10 months later.
What a great summary of my life. And here we are.
And here we are, ready to go.
Yes.
John, did you also get the call in February?
No.
John, when did you get the call?
2 weeks ago, I think. I don't actually remember when. But I said no because I thought that was more dramatically interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
It might have been February. I don't know.
That's
yeah.
when it got cleared, and
I think that was the
like
thing.
the green light was given.
Yeah, I think they were like, so music things.
Yeah,
I don't think it was like an official. I think it was just like presented as information.
yeah. That's a
Do you know what I mean?
That's a
like,
fair
I feel like that's a classic.
We are doing 12th night.
Yeah.
Harvey, you are writing. John,
Like
you
I
are
think
doing
Andrew like texted me the press release, and it's like, hey, it's
Your
okay.
name's in it.
night. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's a fair
Yeah,
question.
you
Do
know
you
what I
guys
mean?
get asked to do these anymore, or are you just told that they're on the schedule?
No, they asked me if I would be comfortable coming back and doing it. It was a nice ask.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm trying to remember if I get asked for things like
I don't think you do.
things. Like I think
It's just
kind of
assumed.
like, yeah.
It is definitely just assumed.
I think it's usually like I'm like eating breakfast with Andrew like the morning after
Ooh.
whatever. I know that.
Yeah, where's
really
this
annoying. No. Like so, like
Family
after,
friendly
like,
show,
after,
guys.
like, a pop,
Ooh, the
like after a
tea.
Pops concert, we'll like get breakfast. Like we'll meet up to like talk about it. Wow.
Decompress. Take a breath.
Good morning.
Back up.
I'm gonna restart this. Sorry, I'm usually sleeping right now. And then we just kind of start talking about the next one. Yeah.
That's how it went.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
We
need to
but it
put
was
this together more.
musically it started off very much sort of like old school, where as I was forming the story, I was doing pulls of like
Yeah.
existent music from like the greater repertoire library,
Right.
and then it really evolved into this wonderful, more of a real collaborative partnership with John in terms of forming music for the show specifically that serves the narrative with
I think that's just where it basically it wanted to go.
No, it was 100% right. And then to add with your incomprehensibly talented cousin, Elena, who is our lyricist.
Elena. She's incredible.
Who's doing the lyrics?
Who's doing the lyrics?
Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
So to have this sort of trifecta of script, music, lyrics, all actually really collaborating and working and creating a show that felt very balanced and very unified and very beautiful.
Yeah, I think one of the goals of 12th Night specifically this year was just like making sure that we really highlight the chorus in a new sort of way.
Right.
It's like a theater, you take it from a theater perspective, like you have, that many incredible singers. And it's like you have to make that such a part of the identity of the project
and use them. Yeah,
totally. So it was fun to like get to come up with all sorts of like new ways to use the chorus theatrically, which is cool. No spoilers.
No spoilers today.
No, I want all spoilers, guys.
This is a spoiler-free zone. That's what I've been told.
Ugh,
I know.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I like that nobody can tell like what time of day it is outside because it's so cold out that I'm refusing to. The entire like perk of this office is the view, and I refuse to open those blinds because I want to keep as much heat in as possible. Yeah, Harvey, peek outside and see what it looks like. Well, although they're
Like, beautiful view.
Yeah.
It is. It's a beautiful view, but we would be even colder if
Yeah.
we opened the curtains. So
The curtains.
we are staying behind.
We're gonna be in front of the curtains.
What? No.
Behind.
behind,
Behind.
we're behind
Yeah.
the curtain today. Yes. When was the last 12th night?
2015.
2015,
Yeah,
10
10
years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we brought it back because it was 10 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was starting to
That
do math,
math-
and I was
that-
like, John, this isn't your strong suit.
Matt, how do
You
I
went into music for a reason?
how do I subtract 10 from 25? Yeah. So
The
it was,
math did work
yeah,
out
it was
pretty well.
2015. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, guys.
I have somewhere. I'm trying to find a photo right now of Harvey and I's last interview from the Edge
Oh, my goodness.
podcast. I have photos of that from when we did the interview 10 years ago
Do you want to see what the hair
about the
looked like?
last 12th night.
Yeah.
Well, it was very tight. The hair was very tight back
Mm.
then.
Much
but-
like this year's script, it's very tight.
Thank
Oh,
you.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
nice.
Harvey,
That's
what
good,
number
that's good.
script is this for you?
11.
Okay.
What
Okay.
draft
How
number
has
is
it? So you did it for 10 years and then a 10-year break
Yeah. Yeah, I started the first year I did was
20 years ago.
collaboratively with Ann Utter.
Yes.
And then I took over full time as writer that next year as doing my second script and just went from there and just kept writing. And then we got to the hiatus that made sense, but then I was lucky enough to be asked to come back and put this one on the page.
Also, just as a fun little tidbit, the first one that you worked on was the Hydra year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it was the Shepherds.
Yeah,
Yep.
I acted in that because as a child I could cry on demand, which is a valuable skill as a middle child. I have since lost that talent, but
I just
yeah,
cry every day.
yeah, it was a really special theatrical moment in my life. And
Awesome.
so thank you.
Was
for
that you were a you were in that?
I was Way You in the Moon Sprite. I do know all of my lines.
Wow.
If I had to do it right now, I could.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's an
adorable.
impressive memory.
Yeah, I think you're pretty enough to be two princesses. That's one of my lines.
Amazing.
That was the best part about that year was Anne had taken it to draft 3. And then I got asked to help get it to show, but it wasn't on a computer. She had typed it.
Whoa.
So what I ended up doing was I had her script and scissors, and I had yellow lined paper. And so I'm like, I need to adjust that line. So I would cut her page and scotch tape in yellow lined paper and write the new lines.
Whoa.
And so I had this Franken
wow.
script,
That's how
that
I'm doing
was
the
like-
score this year.
all white page in yellow, like just scotch tape. And I'm like, here's my draft, guys. And then I had to retype the whole thing.
Wow.
But
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy for like a script like this because I've definitely done that with television scripts because like a sitcom script is essentially an A, B, and sometimes a C story. So you have like 3 different stories. So I have a very distinct memory of like my Upper West Side apartment.
Okay, we can stop flexing so hard. Some of us live in Brooklyn. Okay.
But yeah, like
I write songs that I live in Brooklyn.
but like literally scenes like cut apart and then like putting them together to see like how the story
they
flows
work, right?
best. But that's interesting. So of your 11 scripts, what's your favorite?
Good
Ooh, that is really tough.
This one, say this one, say this one, say this one.
Should I say this one?
I should say this
No,
one.
I think this is really the strongest and the one I'm most satisfied with of all 11. It was very collaborative. It was very ahead of schedule, which was really nice. And
What?
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
You were that's
That was
I'm
very-
not that is not a
And it
that's
was
not a
just-
condemnation of you. That is just incredible that any writer ever is ahead of schedule.
I'm actually so ahead of schedule. I have an entire 12th night script which never saw the stage. I was a full year ahead by the end.
We should do it now. Do you have
Should
this
do it.
script on you? We
I
should.
don't have it on me, but it's in my
Wow.
laptop. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
the whole script
So
ready.
then why didn't you use that one? I love this script, by the way.
Thank you.
I also love this script.
Yeah, but why?
Oh my god. Are we
That-
going to change the script right now?
No,
Mm,
no.
the script I put together.
The Upper West Side can't save you now.
Wow.
Shout out to the Upper West Side. Do love you. Please accept me. I
Please
wish I could
accept
live
me.
there.
Someday.
Someday, yeah, growth mindset.
It was because I was a script I really loved and I was really fascinated by. But it did a lot of kind of non-12th nighty things that were really kind of exploring the ways you could do a battle and the ways you could tell a story.
Yeah.
And Andrew came to me and he was like, this is going to be the last 12th night. And my first reaction was like, okay. And then my second reaction was like, well, this script doesn't work because it's not like this big 12th nighty and farewell. So instead I went into that story with the 4 siblings and with the seasons. Yeah. And so it was very like that was Winter was the villain and it was very sort of classic old school 12th night big. The one I still have, nearly all the music is Tavener. So that's awesome.
Sven service.
And all the poetry is Blake.
Okay.
And it's about it's
about mills and lambs.
No, it's an adaptation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
Ooh, topical.
While also being focused on the poem, the 2 poems, The Lamb and the Tiger.
Yeah. Okay, so I was right about lambs. I was wrong about mills,
like I
was right about lambs. Okay.
But it's a funky script, but I like it.
That was something that was really interesting to me coming into the process a little later in the game was what is...
Oh, you didn't get called in February?
I did not get called in February. No. Like, what is necessary for 12th night? Like, what are like, this is something that is 12th night that we need to keep.
Because you were not here 10 years ago.
I was not. And, it was really cool because I did have, when the first time I saw Summer Pops and I was just like going around to people being like, what is the chorus? This is amazing. People were like, oh, I'm so sad you missed 12th night. Like that was awesome. And they stopped doing it and blah, blah, blah. You really missed like this most amazing thing. So it was just, I was really excited just to see it. I'm sad I don't get to see it.
You know, I have a feeling you could probably get tickets.
I could probably know.
I know a guy.
But yeah, no, it's amazing to be involved, but hilarious. Like just all these, like, oh, okay, that's something that needs to be in here because
like,
people will remember this.
Be like, I don't understand that moment. Be like, yeah, we can't. That has to be there.
What was the pressure like for you, Harvey, to like when putting together a show that like is beloved by so many people, but then also you have to introduce to a new audience, and you have to make sure that you have all the things, but then also without the continuousness. Like, what is that like?
It's been for a while. I tried to just ignore it, and just write like the best script I could, and not get caught up.
And it's very good,
and not get caught up in that. But then, especially as sort of more production things started to creep up, and it really became clear how much of the institutional memory didn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
and so I'm like, oh yeah, like this is. There's 50% of the audience is going to come because they love 12th night and they remember 12th night and that's what they want. And then 50% of the audience is going to come because it's an interesting sounding show, but you can't just baffle them because they don't know it.
There are kids in the chorus that were not alive the last time 12th night was produced. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. And yet at the read through, they all knew that final song. It was crazy. I was like, what is going on here?
But they're very good at music.
To respect the history of the show, but also make something that's a standalone piece of art that exists.
To honor the tradition and to look forward, to invite people into the joy and magic. Yeah.
But in a way, isn't that kind of what you've been tasked with doing the whole time? Because 20 years ago, when you wrote your first script with Ann Utter.
Oh, wow. Oof. Was that the Middle Ages? When was that?
But were you like 11? By the way,
it was performed in black and white.
It was actually 12th Night used to be like a current events drama, and it seems like a historic piece now.
It was a silent play. We just brought up placards when people said things.
Sound wasn't invented yet.
The
chorus just was like neutral syllable. Yeah.
But you always had that
vocalizing.
That was a lot of pressure because 12th Night was so historic by the time you ever started writing your first script of it. Yeah, you've sort of always had
30 years of it.
So you're familiar with the pressure.
Yeah, so you've always had the pressure.
Respecting what the structure is, but then also telling the story that I need to tell, and then fitting in all these while still fitting in all these puzzle pieces that have to exist.
Yeah.
And making them make sense, not be like, and now here's a scene break, and this is going to happen, and then we resume the show.
Yeah.
Like, to try to avoid that.
Yeah.
It is fascinating to me that this went on for 40 years, like before the 10-year break. It is such a big show.
Yeah, and the thing too
insane.
that like to just also add in is like it was just the day after Christmas to the show opening.
Right.
Like when so when Andrew started conducting the chorus, I started then doing like the arrangements for the show. And those would be getting like we wouldn't know really what musically we were doing. We wouldn't start the arrangements until after Christmas.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, well, I've got like 270 something pages written at this point. And I'm like, okay, there's a couple hundred more to go, but we wouldn't be starting that until after Christmas.
Wow.
Isn't that insane? So we're like, when Harvey's like, when we finished early, like this whole thing is being done so early.
That is
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that
spectacular. Yeah.
Terrifying.
It is terrible. Well, you know, like I understand that's really interesting to me.
Yeah.
That,
Well, 'cause,
even
like-
that was because
Christmas pops, right?
Right,
Like that's
yeah.
like
Christmas Boss is a monster, and it's hard to get anything started.
before that.
Before
it's a big show.
Well, I mean, and in that
Yeah.
sense,
A good monster.
It's a good monster,
we've
yeah.
done a lot,
yeah.
right? We even had
Yeah.
3 rehearsals this weekend.
Rehearsals, we've had read-throughs.
Yeah, we had a full read through. Some all but 20 people have had their costumes or measurements for costumes. So like we're definitely ahead of
I wear youth
schedule.
large.
But yeah, that's the other thing that people are though excited about. Like so much happens in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But no, we've done a lot of pre
Yeah.
work.
It's nice to have that. Yeah, it's a little bit less
Yeah.
terrifying.
Right.
For me at least.
We'll see. There's still going to be so much to do.
Oh, absolutely. But that's also theater in general.
yeah. Yeah.
We have a comment here from Steve Spartano
Oh,
that says, "Thank you, Harvey. Theater doesn't happen for me without you."
Aww.
He's such a sweetheart.
That's
yeah.
so wonderful. He
I
is
mean,
really great.
you know,
yeah.
he didn't audition, but
Oh.
he's still very much a sweetheart.
Oh, are we allowed
I
to do
love you,
shade on this?
Steve.
I love you.
All right,
I
guys.
also love you. So
This is the big moment. I found the picture
Oh my
boy.
gosh.
from 10 years ago. So remember, at this point of this picture, when we did our first interview on the From the Edge podcast with Harvey about 12th Night, he had already been writing it for 10 years.
wow.
Okay, so first let's go full screen on Harvey,
Close up.
and now let's go here. So, all right, here we go. This is the close up. This is what.
Do we get to see it?
Hold on. Yep.
It's
No.
Let
gonna
me
turn.
No.
let me turn. it's
Sorry,
the
I've
entire
never
reason I
been in
plugged
the
this
same
in.
room as technology before.
So
Oh yeah, it's a short do.
Yep.
Whoa.
so
Whoa. I also like that none of the art or photos or anything has changed in that office.
yes, absolutely. That is the. All right, here we go. This is the.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
nothing has changed in that.
The
This is
police
the
are like,
least-
no.
is the least surprising thing to me.
Yeah.
Harvey, how does that make you feel to see that photo?
What are you doing, man?
This is
like-
so what's happened to you in the last couple of years?
It's been kind of a decade. So, I mean, I like my hair better now.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
I
enjoy
also
your
like your
hair.
hair.
I
I
also-
like the hair
yeah.
and beard look.
Thank you.
Um,
But it is like it like coming back into it is a little bit both of like, okay, like right back into it, and it was like, this is like yesterday. And then another way looking back on that picture is like, wow, that was a long time ago. And I
That
was
does
a-
not
I
feel
was
long
a,
ago
I
to
was a
me.
very different person 10 years ago. And so it's interesting to see, because in preparation, I did read a bunch of old scripts, and I'm just like, I don't know that I would write that again, like,
Yeah.
as I am right now.
Yeah.
It is
isn't that
really
the case with
interesting.
everything.
Yeah.
Like
I read a bunch of old scripts too, and I stand by all of my acting choices. Just in case anyone was wondering.
John likes to represent the other viewpoint at all times.
Yes.
It's like, no, John, you didn't lay that on too thick. You were grounded. You were motivated. Yeah.
John, how old were you when you participated in your first 12th night?
Oh, I think I was 9 or
Adorable.
10. I was consistently, and I've brought this up to Andrew Ledez for it multiple times. Almost always dressed in burlap. Like they were like, let's put John in a potato sack again with a nice cinching belt.
And
Yeah,
you rocked it. I'm sure you rocked
Thank
it.
you. Yeah, I would have liked maybe some other fabrics, but whatever, it's fine.
Harvey, how old were you? Your
6
first
months.
time? 6 months old.
Yep, they brought me.
Wow.
I mean, that doesn't really count so much, but they would bring me on stage for the court scene just to have
Just for the exposure.
just to have a baby on stage who was used to it and
Yeah.
didn't.
Stevie wasn't going to
Fuss.
pass up that opportunity.
Mhm.
Oh no, she was probably singing. So she,
Yeah.
they
Like,
set
it's
me
important
up
for you to
with
get the
some
tone of the
stranger.
show.
They just set you up with some stranger. Well, that makes sense.
It was the 80s. Come on.
How did you get tasked with taking over writing the show from Anne?
Well, I mean, nepotism. No, I mean, well, I mean, I was a writing major. I was a creative writing major. I had graduated college fairly shortly before, 2 years before, and had been doing some like writing for the newspaper, just like little pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
But Anne got sick, and my sister, who was stage manager at the time, I was like, I think my brother would step in and do this and would be able to do it. And he's a known quantity, and he'll play nice.
Yeah.
Because I was so excited and respected it so much. I wasn't going to come in and be like, this is my thing now, and I'm going to change everything, and like my vision.
Yeah.
It was more just I really had to like bring Anne's vision that first life to the stage. Which I just wanted instantly to be so respectful of that, which is just sort of in.
You were the perfect choice. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
And shout out to Amy for having her
Shout
little
out to
brother's
Amy.
back.
Yeah.
I
Just, like,
mean,
being like, yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna do that. So that was one of those things where it was so great. That I learned my first lesson about how to collaborate and how to listen, because I got the script and it had shepherds and sheep. And I was like, sheep are hilarious. So like, I made the shepherds funny, and they're making jokes about sheep.
Sheep are pretty funny.
And like, they're funny, man. They like.
I stand by all of my acting choices.
And that draft went to Anne in the hospital, and she was just like, sheep are not funny. You cannot make jokes. And I was like, okay. So I cut all the jokes, and I was like really sad about it. And then we got to production, and the show ended with this dance to Samuel Barber's The Lamb.
Yeah.
And there was a ballet dancer, and then 2 ballet dancers, one who was about 17 and one who was like 9. And they were both dressed as lambs. And just to that piece of music and like sparse lights, the 2 of them did this dance. And it's one of those, like, people to this day, that's one of the things they remember.
Wow.
Just this like magical, stunning moment. And it wouldn't have worked if
the lambs
lambs
were
had been funny.
Yeah.
Because they
Wow.
would have come on stage and people would have laughed.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, okay, Anne was right. Lambs aren't funny.
Yeah.
Lambs aren't funny. Sheep are hilarious.
That's
There
the
you go.
difference.
There you go. Now, in the years since, have you made sheep funny at some point?
I've never had a reason to make. I mean, I could put some sheep in.
No.
this.
Done. Locked.
But they would be funny.
But they would be funny.
Have you
Funny sheep.
considered they would be funny?
And
Next
John,
time.
what will be your part this year, other than the music, other than doing the music beforehand? What will you actively be doing during the show this year?
I feel like what I usually do, which is being like, another suspended cymbal roll would make this even more magical in this scene. It's like a.
But will you be dressed in burlap?
Oh, funny you should mention it.
got a burlap three-piece suit.
There are 20 people that need to get fitted, and I'm one of them.
Oh my gosh, can I please put you in the show?
I used to be like little like fingerling potatoes, but now I'm a Yukon Gold bag of potatoes, moving up in the world.
Very, very nice. And also to say that, like, John has done so much more for this show than just like the music. I've been working with John for months now, digging through the script, figuring out like things that make sense, story stuff, figuring out how to bring the show to life in the most ecstatically beautiful way as possible. So he's been. You should get, I don't know, more fancier credit than just like music. You should get like music and
it's
playwright emotional support.
It's been really fun working with you. Like, I mean, I don't know if I actually got a call or not, but the fact that we were doing 12th Night and the fact that I got to be a part of it was just like so magical. That's cliche, but like it is. When I was a kid, there was like the thing that made me want to do stage music, and like I went home after my first 12th Night and wrote my own, not as good as your 12th Night, but like wrote my own, like, here's songs that I wrote for my own 12th Night, and I did it in the basement with like stuffed animals and my younger sister, who is very easy to put in places. Didn't wear burlap as well though. So I was like, this is a part of the show. So then to like get to be a part of it is it's really I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and it's an honor to work with you.
Can you guys just keep writing shows together? Like, you know,
I was a part, like, I really
well, Nicole, will you? I mean, this is we got to get the whole crew together.
Yeah, I would love to sit down and have a drink with you and Anthony and just talk theater and talk the future and talk.
Anthony and I will always sit down with a drink.
I was also gonna say, if you're gonna sit for a drink with anybody, that's like, I have my like 12 night goals, and one of them is like, I do want to get a drink with the Bible people. So unabashedly a goal.
I feel like it's a very achievable goal.
I hope so. I keep putting it in people's ears.
I have a bottle of scotch and glasses in my office, and it's always Anthony's just like at the end of rehearsal. He's like, coat, hat, boom, and I'm like,
you gotta have Anthony like mix a drink, and then you have to have him like tell you the history of the drink. Yeah. And then you have to be like, I did learn about how Bellinis were invented. And shout out to
that does sound
Bible day drinking brunch edition that had Bellinis in it.
That does sound way better than like cleaning supply closet scotch.
Yeah. Anyway.
John, dream bigger. Just because this is an achievable goal for you.
Okay, I hope so.
How would it not be, John? I'm 100% positive that I could make that happen for me.
Okay. Well, God, I'm like trying to like play it cool. I'm like I have a quota of how many times I can like mention their prior body of work and how many times I've seen it. I met Nicole. Is it okay if I tell this story?
Absolutely.
So it was the day after Summer Pops. So Andrew and I were talking about Christmas. We had done
breakfast, obviously.
We had done breakfast. No, legitimately, this is what happened. We had done breakfast talking about Christmas Pops. And we're doing that, and Andrew was like, "Oh, I've got like this meeting. Will you come?" And so Summer Pops this year, we got rained out for the first day, so then we moved to the next day. And I know how many pairs of clothes that I need to bring, but for luck purposes, bring the amount of clothes if it's going to be, I can't believe I'm telling this, but like if it's going to be the day that it's supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. So I'm like not showered and I'm wearing dirty clothes. And Andrew's like, oh, like come to like whatever meeting. So I came to whatever meeting. And he's like, oh, I've got another meeting that would be useful if you came to. And I was like, I don't like, and he's like, oh, yeah, like, well, like Tony's going to be there and like Nicole's going to be there. And I was like, from me and and I was like, I guess I have to go.
Wow.
And then I met you and immediately caved. I was like, I saw your show like 6 times.
He did. I tried to introduce myself to him and he was like, oh, no, I know.
I was so cool about it.
You were so cool.
I think what people don't, like people who aren't in New York don't realize is like how like ubiquitous the Bible was. Like you guys created like a show, but also a brand. You had like 4 shows.
4 shows.
This is me pretending like I'm not a diehard fan. I'm trying to be cool right now. I'm like if I cross, how many did I see? Anyway, if I like cross the line into like, you know, like obsessive fan, then I blow my chances to get drinks with them. So I have to be like cool about it. But like you guys were like on like public transit ads and things. Like you were everywhere.
Yeah, no,
and like you guys ran for 6 years.
Yeah, no, we
okay,
had.
I know too much information.
We had billboards in Times Square.
Yeah,
like it was.
No, it was
insane.
huge thing.
Yeah.
And like, and it was great. But like, yeah, so like this like ubiquitous like thing. Yeah. So like it's a big deal. It's a really big deal.
Yeah, but I do think John is a big reason that we're a part of 12th night, because even like at that meeting where we were talking about something else, you know, you guys were talking about like working on the script, and I had said, you know, like, well, Anthony and I, you know, we used to do that. So if you ever need any, like, if you want us to take a pass at it, and John was like, you should do that. You should do that. You should have Anthony and Nicole look at it. You should.
Well, it's like, I mean, they say never meet your heroes, but like, what a great lunch.
No.
That was a great
lunch. Dial it back.
Sorry, I'm gonna lose the opportunity now. Have I overshot the runway? Oh no. No. Oh.
Ooh. Oh, and you broke Ben.
This hard.
The point is,
yeah. Do you have a point?
I don't remember.
The point is, yes.
Yes.
We will. We can absolutely grab a drink and chat about theater.
Delightful working with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the point.
Yeah, and
the point was I was trying to play it cool, which I did again. I played that so cool.
You did,
Ice
totally.
cold.
The Ice Queen.
Thanks. Shout out to Eden Castile. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. How we doing, Ben?
I just love I love the energy difference between John and Harvey, because they are both hilarious in such different ways. Like Harvey is so dry, and John is wetter than the ocean he doesn't want to swim in.
Wow. I told you that in private.
Yeah.
I love the ocean as a metaphor for death.
There's a t-shirt for you.
I like pools. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. I feel like John's version of 12th Night was the ocean as a metaphor for death.
This is why he writes the music and not the words.
And the music is amazing.
Thank
like,
you so
much.
John is such a talent. And it's shocking. Like it is just shocking. You know, Anthony and I worked in New York for 20 years. So to come to a place where we just had no idea what was here and find this level of talent is, you know, it's amazing. Yeah. And just so happy that he landed here and I followed him.
Yes. When you took
John comes back home because John still lives in New York.
When you took the job at Granite, you probably never thought that like 12 doors down, the chorus would be putting on this level of a show.
No, not at all.
It's insane.
It's insane. And I don't think I actually knew about the chorus when. Oh, that's a lie. Oh, I absolutely did because I had talked with Hannah and Genevieve about the Mystic Outdoor Performing Arts stage, because Genevieve was going to do a thing there, and family emergency happened. But so no, I did know about the chorus, but I only as like there is a chorus.
It is a thing that exists.
Yes, right. Yeah. But no, it's insane. It's insane. Do places have choruses? My town growing up was not like this at all.
My town was.
I don't think that there's a. I don't think that there is a chorus that exists like the chorus of Westerly, in all of its
Yeah, I mean, we're
In
the
all of its
only
intercourse-
intergenerational
Yes.
full season.
full season chorus.
Yeah.
That has singers as young as 8 and as old as 88.
It's
Only
At
in
89 though, we kick you
America.
out.
What?
yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And like I mean, I feel like it's the like in New York, it's the like little like trick that I have in my back pocket is like I grew up with just such an extensive knowledge of like large choral repertoire that like people don't expect you to have,
Right.
which is cool. And then also like I got to, it's so bougie, but like I got to grow up around an orchestra,
Right.
which is like positively 19th century. You know what I mean? Like little like court composer, you know? But like
That was I like on the Italy tour in 87.
Yeah.
I was 1 year too young to sing,
yeah.
but I was still on the tour, so I was a bit of a loose duck. And for the concerts, I would climb in, I would get into the orchestra pit and fall asleep under the harpist's bench.
Was it Joan?
I would sleep under Joan's
I've got
bench.
a Joan story.
And like would just sleep there for the concerts, and and that's where my babysitter was the orchestra, and then the concert would end, and then I'd get up and I was in a little suit and I'd bring flowers to the soloists.
Oh, that's a good job.
It was a good
That's
job.
a good gig. So Joan used to work with Stravinsky.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? Like
That's
the
insane.
Stravinsky. Yeah. So
his brother Butch Stravinsky.
yeah. One of the Stravinsky brothers. So when I was a freshman in college, when I did the arrangements for 12th Night the first time, and so the ensemble used to be a bunch of brass and harp, and some sort of percussion, and being like very new to the composition thing. You know, there's the common pitfall of writing harp like piano, because you're like, well, it's two hands.
You know,
Well, it's
As one knows.
I knew that.
Yeah. No, it's a thing. It's a thing that people do. So I had written this very like intense harp part for the battle because I was like, well, I gotta throw everything at the wall. And during one of the breaks in between shows, Joan was like, come to the pit with me, and I sat down next to Joan, and she was like, you're gonna write out every single fingering for the harp part, and you're gonna write out every single pedal change. And like the amount of patience that like she had to be like, I am gonna like take this time with this child and be like, so when you play the harp, you don't use your pinkies, and like here's like the spacing on this. Do you want this to be not like that's such an incredible experience to get to have. And
I miss her.
Yeah, but also like that is to me like what Westerly and like Westerly arts are.
Right.
Is like people, I mean like we have so many talented people who will put in the time to be like, what about this?
Right.
Or like and like nurturing kids, and then it means that you have a bunch of kids that grow up not even realizing how like cool it is, or like, you know, I mean, like Westerly is raising, unbeknownst to them, like the most pretentious children, like a group of children that can just like sight read like nobody's business.
Oh, they're so annoying.
Yeah, but they don't know that like in college, like they're gonna be the like crazy talented music kids because like
they can sight read.
They're just doing it in college. Like my freshman year, they were doing the Mozart Requiem, and everyone was like losing their minds, and I was like, oh, like it's fine, but like
I've done this twice.
Yeah, like let's do something that I haven't done. Yeah, I did it when I was 9. So like,
yeah, I did the Dvorak Stabat Mater in Prague. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah,
like,
doesn't everyone do that?
I don't understand.
So anyway, but like it's
David Hill conducted us for the Verdi Requiem. Like, what's the big deal?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is the big deal? Yeah.
Yeah, not pretentious at all.
Not pretentious at all.
Not pretentious.
But yeah.
So
and
annoying.
you're worried about going out to drinks with them, you know?
I just want them to think I'm cool.
Oh my god! Well,
You are cool. John.
stop talking
Thank you.
so much.
So anyway, tickets are still available for 12th night.
Yes,
oh,
our
that's
ti-
what we're talking
Are
about.
tickets,
Yeah.
still available? What's the run like? What, you know, how's it going? What are the deets? What are the deets?
Great. The details? Yeah, tickets are going, but they're going fast, so I wouldn't wait.
Most of the matinees are pretty much gone.
The first show on Saturday still has some room. The Friday has some room.
Okay.
And Friday's the preview show.
The last show, do your best to try to get in the last show, but that's tight.
Yeah.
All right.
But Friday is the preview show, which means it's technically like the second dress rehearsal.
Who knows what'll happen?
But tickets are
great.
Tickets are extremely reasonable, and it's general admission.
Yeah.
On Friday.
On
Friday, yes. Tickets are very reasonable, and you just show up early and grab the seat of your dreams.
Wow.
Yeah.
The seat of my dreams is next to you.
Wow. But yeah, so Friday, January 10th at 7:30, then Saturday the 11th at 1, 4, and 7:30.
Wait, could you repeat that so I could put it in my calendar?
1 p.m. 4 p.m. 7:30. Thank you. I love your calendar. And then Sunday at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. But as Harvey said, there's maybe like 5 tickets available for Sunday at 4.
I mean, if you're desperate to go to the last show, call today, and either you'll get a spot or you can get on a waiting list, because sometimes tickets do come back and they'll call you and they'll get you in. But
the show will be spectacular every single day.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter when you can come, just come.
Yeah.
And if you've never gotten the opportunity to see a 12th night, please go. Because there's literally nothing like it.
It is so cool. I mean, everyone in the audience gets cake. I don't know what this cake is.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, apparently
There's
it's good.
Very good cake. Oh, so after like when we start on the March concert ever, like that rehearsal after 12th night, I feel like the trebles, I don't know whether it was intentional or not, but like if there was leftover cake, we would get the leftover cake. That was pretty awesome. Yeah. So I might come to a March rehearsal. Who knows?
Wow.
They don't have cake in New York.
little foil wrapped up cakes, and you're just like, you've got like 8 in your hand.
So chorusofwesterly.org, you can find out all of the information about this. Tickets are going.
I keep forgetting we're doing an important thing.
Yeah.
It's all important.
Listen, these tickets are going to sell themselves. Okay, it's 12th night.
On, are they?
When does this start?
Cameras, are they on?
Yes, they are.
I looked over, realized he was over there, and then realized that I've been upstaging myself this entire time. It's kind of weird to start cheating out now, though.
You're fine. You're fine. You guys are fine.
And then I did that.
Come see this show.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being so accommodating when we started a little late today. But I appreciate it, and you guys are the best. Let's not wait another 10 years to do this again. Although the chorus has done a lot of wonderful things in the last 10 years, 3 international tours, European tours, tons and tons and tons of amazing things.
Brand new, or the Foundations chorus.
Yeah, so many.
The Threshold, Dawn Song, so many new groups that the chorus is now able to support and bring music into the community for different levels and different styles, and just really expanded in the past 10 years.
And 10 years ago, when 12th night, when the resources were decided to, be diversified from 12th night into building new things for the chorus, Ryan and Andrew said to me, at least when we were doing the podcast, like, someday when it's right, it'll come back again, I'm sure. And I don't think that there could have been a better time. And I love that you guys are where you are right now and doing this. And I don't think that it could possibly have a better production team than it does with all of you. And I'm really excited for it. And it is something that makes our community special and unique. And that's just, on behalf of everybody who is not a member of the Chorus of Westerly, thank you for doing this and all of your hard work, guys. It means the world.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you do.
I don't do anything. All right, bye for now, guys.
Wow.
Bye
That
for
was
now.
very earnest.
We're going to talk about that offline.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but D&V Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact D&V Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. D&V Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Brunch has arrived at Surf Cantina every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't miss our weekly specials like Monday Night Industry Night, Taco Tuesday with DJ Trivia, $1 Wing Wednesdays, Reggae Thursdays, DJs every weekend at 10 p.m. and karaoke on Sundays at 8. Only at Surf Cantina, 15 Canal Street in downtown Westerly.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.